everybunny. Surely, you would think, if you were nearly sued about something, you would more than likely stay far, far away from doing something like that again, right? Right? Well, Anywhosies, the once giga-cancelled lad Shane Dawson is back with a new video, the lawsuit of Shane Dawson. Fella really isn't struggling, I guess, because despite his turbo cancellation, this video, posted 6 days ago as of making this video, already has like almost 3 million views. It features a concerned Shane in the thumbnail and seems super serious. But no, this is an over 40-minute some odd video of Shane really pushing his luck. Let me dial back for a second. There were times way back in the past I used to watch his videos casually, and this is during when he was doing kind of not so great stuff. And that is also when I fell off from watching his videos. I just really wasn't into them anymore. Fast forward several years, he's making these conspiracy type videos. Me and Liv, who you may recognize from our last Going Baddie video and some of my streams on Twitch, were co-workers at one point. The job we were working at had its moments of very mundane or monotonous work, and to help those hours pass, we would recommend various videos to each other. We really leaned towards like spooky stories or true crime, and we stumbled upon Shane's conspiracy videos. And honestly, they hit. They were interesting and they were perfect to listen to while our hands were busy working away at whatever we were doing at the time. That's really all of his videos we really listened to. This was before his docuseries he became pretty big for doing. Don't you worry. Once this docuseries really started to kick off with people like Jake Paul and other internet celebrities and such, our interest peaked. What was more interesting to us, however, were the long-form conspiracy type videos or the paranormal related ones. I remember us being hyped for new episodes and waiting until both of us could be there to listen together. I was willing to accept his downsides, his past flaws or little mistakes, because people do change. I like to believe in better for humanity, right? But during the huge cancellation, there's a video by D'Angelo Wallace, I believe, where he really laid out everything and explained it all. And after seeing that, I was really uncomfortable, to say the least. Some things I could look past, but a lot of those things are, well, not things that I'm okay with. Same could be said for Liv. Me and her are not really fans of his anymore. We decided to give his next uploads after his cancellation a shot, the 3 he posted 4 months ago. They seemed like they would be interesting because they are about hauntings and not like drama, but each one was half an hour to a full hour, and we were sorely disappointed because there's so much rambly type bullhickery and vlog style stuff that's completely unrelated to the topic. It wasn't really our cup of tea. We also heard the cringe that is his most recent video and how he was really shooting himself in the foot, so I decided to play Old Shane a revisit for both of us, for you guys. Let's see how he's doing and how we feel about him returning post cancellation. Alright, let's get into it. Let me start off by saying I had actually planned and written out a video on Shane and Jeffrey and Rylan, Shane's fiance, months and months and months ago during that whole thing with Trisha and Ethan from H3. There's a lot to be said about how he has behaved in the past, right? But for this video, we are just focusing on what is happening right now in his video. I have to make this clear because I feel like there's no way to try to address everything, all of that in a video, especially one that is not about his past. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on Shane as a person, I'ma just direct you over to D'Angelo's video because he really says all I have to say. This video, this one that you're watching right now, this is just about his lawsuit video, or supposed lawsuit. Alright, so we have this title, we have this thumbnail. Let's see what sauce Shane has for us. The first thing we see is a black screen with white text. I know you probably want a new conspiracy video, and I'm working on that now. Ellipsis, ellipsis, ellipsis. And then he shows us a snippet of what I imagine is what to come in his next said conspiracy video. He continues on another black screen, white text, but until then, here's something ellipsis, ellipsis, ellipsis you don't want. We next see Shane pull up in a slightly dirty white truck, caption saying Los Angeles, California. For context, he supposedly had moved to Colorado, I believe with Rylan's family, and now they are back in Cali. Within the first 2 minutes, he's joking about being bi, having not safe for work times with women,
as long as I've been pounding that I don't know. Well, I don't know where I was going.
And the cringe is nearly unbearable. Great start for his comeback. The next few minutes, they banter about their house and that they've returned to clean it up and then sell it. Then we get some more awkward, cringy conversation, and that's about Shane having a dream that Ryland had, let's just say the opposite equipment down yonder, and how nice it was or something like that, followed by Ryland's visible discomfort. Every joke they make, especially Shane when followed by Ryland's facial expressions, I cannot put into words. It's like when something's clearly wrong and neither person wants to fully address it, but it's clearly there and they both know it needs to be addressed, but instead of having that important conversation, especially because this is something intimate and they're literally in front of a camera in a video watched by millions, they're making really oof-worthy jokes. It gives me like brush it under the rug for now vibes, and it is really, really uncomfy to witness in their video, especially the one back to the YouTube scene. The tension continues, with Ryland almost kind of passive-aggressively mentioning that they aren't married yet, and then later the supposed reason is because they couldn't really nail down a real guest list. I want you guys to imagine that, like truly, big oof. I can't imagine trying to plan a wedding, an event where you want your closest and most treasured family and friends around, and you can't for years, cause you don't know who your true, real friends are. Oh, you know, because probably most of them hate you after finding out what you did. Yikes. After 10 minutes into this 40-minute video, Shane mentions how he wants to start a podcast, or just simply mentions it. More unnecessary banter about Vgroupers and not safe for work activities with women progresses, not getting to the point, absolutely nothing relevant to what you think the video is supposed to be about, and it just goes on and on. Finally, he starts to explain why he wants to host a podcast. Supposedly he saw a psychic. He goes into why he believes her, saying he was asking or thinking about something strongly with his spirit guide in his head, with Ryland of course rolling his eyes in the background, and she picked up on those things, so he believed her. This is of course sprinkled in between more random BS that didn't need to be left in the video, like having a lazy eye and can throats be tight?
Are throats tight? Like, is that a thing?
Can throats be tight? Of course, referring to not safe for work activities. Woo! He finally gets around to explaining that she was saying in the next year, communication is going to be something very big for him. If you could channel your communication, talking to people and helping them, it would be great for your soul, she says. And a deal will come and it will hit you like a ton of bricks. This somehow results in him, on the way back from Colorado, deciding, I think I want to do a podcast. I think I want to interview people. He goes on saying he used to do it for 7 years and loved it, but it ruined his life. But he's a different person now, so it'd be much different. Supposedly. Next in his video, he goes into his old beauty room, the one with all of his makeup, his Jeffrey X. Shane and conspiracy merch, and he says for the longest time he couldn't even walk past it without crying. I would certainly imagine so. He mentions how he can finally come back to this room, and I do want to give him a little credit there. This is very raw. It's nice to actually see his side of things after being canceled, how he felt like, you know, down to earth as a literal human being who went through something really big and probably extremely scary. It's extremely clear that the internet will never fully get rid of him, right? And he's still going to make his living off of his videos, so I would much rather he do so with full clarity of the situation and the ability to reflect back, an ability to look forward. I personally think that he needs to be able to show his fans, going forward, what it's like to shoulder a weight like that, and to do so appropriately. He could have been weak about it, he could have blamed everyone else around him and been a big baby, he could have ignored it and carried on, but it affected him and it's clear, and I'd rather see that and how he learned to cope and grow in a healthy manner than whatever BS jokes he makes about the subject. This is what I'd rather see from a comeback. That's my 2 cents though. 19 minutes in. Literally almost half of the video, we finally encroach the topic the video is about. He mentioned how he wants to record random videos. I imagine that he means like kind of vlog style like he was doing now. Just wish if that was the goal that there was some sort of clarity on that. Anywhosies. With no context, we get hit by a disclaimer image. Disclaimer. This is a parody. There is nothing wrong with Chuck E. Cheese pizza. This is a comedy bit, and the conspiracy about their pizza is 100% fiction. We're just having some fun. Love you, Chucky. An Instagram question he got said, take us to Chuck E. Cheese, let's see if the pizza's still wonky. His cameraman, Chris, asked, did anyone from there ever reach out to you?
So that's the thing. I reached out to my lawyer and I said, Hey, sweetie. And he said, what'd you do? And I said, it was 10 years ago.
Shane. Jesus. First video supposedly back. You gotta be careful, dog. So he says he reached out to his lawyer saying he thinks it would be fun to revisit Chuck E. Cheese, but not go inside because he is banned. For those unaware, he had a segment in one of his conspiracy videos about whether or not Chuck E. Cheese's uses recycled pieces of pizza from unused/uneaten customers' pizzas to complete a full pizza, presumably to save money or something like that. Shane says they did threaten to sue him, saying the experience was very big and very scary. So you would probably think with some common sense and lack of wanting your life ruined over a bit that would be it, right? But no, of course not. Because it's Shane and there's still 20 plus minutes to the video. After more unbearable, unrelated banter, he explained how he saw people taking pictures of what looked like basically Chuck E. Cheese Frankensteining pieces of pizza together from presumably whatever uneaten pieces other customers had left, and shows pictures of their pizzas from their 2019 video. He said, looked like what the theory was saying, of course, slipping in the disclaimer screen in between. Employees came out saying that they don't do that. Ellen talked about it on her show. And of course, he jokes about how he and Ellen were both canceled and how he wants her on his featured podcast, etc. Then jokes how him and Chuck E. Cheese are both canceled, saying, we're friends now, hee hee, don't sue me, pretty much. Because yeah, that's how that works. They finally decide to order a pizza and call ahead. They get a cheese, a pepperoni, and then one that was like the half and half deal. They drive up, there's more risky jokes followed by disclaimer images.
Are you allergic to garbage?
Shane, please.
I'm kidding. I love Chucky. Chucky, you're not allowed to come for me. You're not allowed. We're friends. This is how friends talk. We bully each other.
Bruh. Dog. So he goofs around and he dresses them in some of his old clothes from the conspiracy palette area. They look ridiculous, but he says,
listen, this next chapter of my life is all about not caring, being free, being myself, worrying my family. Okay. Making sure my therapist does not look at my videos. This year is all about growth, baby.
I do think that that's a good attitude to have, actually. He always talked about his insecurities in the past and in an uncomfortable, joking kind of way, and I think that made things worse for him. I'm glad to see him taking up this sort of perspective instead, and this is what's being pushed to his viewers instead of the self-deprecating jokes that he used to do.
Oh my god. This is weird. This is like seeing like a friend from high school that you haven't seen in a long time. And you ended weird. Oh my god, this is so weird. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did she see me?
See, this is the kind of little clip that is fine in my personal onion to include in a video like this. Even though it's not really essential to like the whole video, it's still relevant and gives a perspective of like his raw thoughts and feelings on the experience.
God, I really hope he doesn't catch something. And by catch something, I mean a ball in the ball pit.
Bruh. Oh my god. 30 minutes in at this point, by the way, guys.
You know, when I decided I wanted to film today, I didn't think that I would end up here.
That explains the absolute dog shite direction of this video. It's literally a random vlog that you select a tiny sliver of the content from, somewhat, that is, because he hasn't actually been sued. Guys, there's no lawsuit. This guy is happy-go-lucky, vibing, and that little title thumbnail is absolutely baiting for clicks. I mean, for the average person, get your bag, get your coin, whatever. But like, as a comeback video after getting canceled, dude. Well, regardless of that nonsense, I guess, let's continue on and witness himself really dig a deeper hole for 10 minutes. They finally do a pizza test, and Rylan says,
oh, I mean, decent. Doesn't look like the same pie.
bruh.
It's weird that there's gaps that don't make sense. You know what? I'll give it this though. It looks good. Like, I don't care if this is somebody's trash. I mean,
bruh.
Maybe that's why it's a rat. Because rats eat trash. wait, no. Chucky, stop, Chucky. Chucky, we're friends.
Dog.
You know, it's like, it's family. Chuck E. Cheese pizza is family.
Blended family.
Yes, some of them They don't fit. Some of them been around the block. Been around the block for a while. Some of them are older than others. There's a couple grandpoppies in there.
All deliciously unique.
All, fuck.
It's so good though. It's not good soon.
I'm gonna Google what actually is going on. Because they can't actually be recycling pizza. They would.
No.
That would actually, they'd go to jail.
It's
So,
fresh.
can you Google, like, why is Chuck E. Cheese pizza so fucked up?
Hold on. You didn't Google that before you made the video? You didn't Google that before you did the research on the initial video? Hello? So, a rep claims, and this is from their Google search, that they're all freshly made to order, so they won't all be perfect and uniform. And a previous employee claims that the slicer is big and heavy and hard to use, so sometimes they kind of goof up on slicing and they don't all look the same, but the group is doubtful. And then their final thoughts.
We'll let you guys decide for yourself. No lawsuits here.
Here's what I'm saying, Chucky. We tried you again. You still have your odd shapes, but so do I. God put some things together. Didn't quite make a regular person, but here I am, beautiful and unique in my own way. And here you are. That.
I think you guys should both put everything behind you and work together.
Yes, I agree. Chucky, what do you say? What do you think, Chucky?
Can I have another pepperoni?
But it doesn't bother you.
I really am scared that you're eating it. Like,
What?
I mean, because it's so dangerously good. Oh my God, I think I have an extra COVID test in the car. Should I give the pizza a COVID test? Can pizza get COVID? If a pizza could get COVID, it would be a Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
I think we were trying not to get sued.
Oh, you're right. Fine.
Alright, so there it was. Supposedly, Shane's comeback video? I don't know. I get trying to do what you can for views, I guess. But he's really already big and doing really just fine despite the cancellation. Like, in my personal onion, can you please be upfront, I guess, when it's just vlog styled and not clear and concise, I guess? Am I wrong to ask that? I don't know. Like, I suppose some of his videos have been like that in the past, but I could have sworn the conspiracy ones are more like to the point. I don't really care about his banter that's nearly fighting with his partner or jokes about the conch shell, if you know what I mean. I mean, humor's just fine, but there's way more like random, unrelated stuff while you're sitting there just waiting for things to like get to the point. Like you're watching knowing eventually something interesting has to happen because the whole lawsuit title, but instead it's just nonsense for longer than your average on-topic YouTube video for there to be like a cough of actual content. This video was like the LaCroix of content. It's like content whispered into his video. It's like content was standing in a room adjacent to his video. You guys know what I mean? I'm glad though that he seems to be coping in healthier ways than his old videos seemed, and I at least hope that that continues if he keeps putting out videos, which he will. I don't know if I really buy that he's like changed as a person. I think he still doesn't really quite have a grip on his humor and how to be funny without it being like inherently sexual or risque, but that's my opinion. What is yours? Let me know below, my buns. Thank you everybody for another video. More on the way, so subscribe and tickle the bell thingy to get notice for new ones. And for those who are interested in occasional members-only streams or being able to react during premieres, you can join the channel. You're also welcome to do so if you want a cheap way to support. And if you can't do any of those things, no worries. I'm just really happy to have you here. My socials and commissions info is below for those who want it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!